Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jurgen Klopp is arguably the best manager in the world at the moment. He somehow got Jordan Henderson to lift the Champions League trophy in May this year. And Henderson still struggled doing that weird little foot tap dance before he lifted it. That was awkward. But anyway, it shows you how good Klopp's been in the last 18 to 24 months as a Liverpool manager. Klopp has taken over one of the biggest clubs in the world and returned them to a massive level of performance, reaching 2 consecutive European finals. Something Liverpool should be doing on the regular, let's be honest. Klopp looks absolutely incredible to Liverpool fans at the moment. Can you blame them when they had this guy as manager only 9 seasons ago? Klopp has brought in some top players and developed some amazing talents within the club at his time in both Germany and England. So today we wanted to run through what is Klopp's best ever 11. These are some of the guys that played for Klopp in his first season at Liverpool, and now that Liverpool side looks more like this. So for that change alone, Klopp deserves a knighthood from all Liverpool fans. In goal, Weidenfeller is a legendary keeper in Dortmund, and for Klopp, helping the German side win back-to-back leagues from 2010 to 2012. He arrived from Kaiserslautern on a free transfer and turned into one of the best bargains in Bundesliga history, playing over 300 times for the Die Schwarzgelben. Sorry for my awful German there. And despite being a better bargain than this guy, at £75 million less, Alisson has to rank as Klopp's best ever goalkeeper. For the simple reason, before we go into any stats, that the massive Brazilian has just made Liverpool look impenetrable. In a similar way to his Brazilian counterpart, Ederson, Alisson has changed the way teams think about Liverpool, pulling off incredible saves, dominating inside the box and having incredible distribution. He was ranked this year as the best keeper in the world, and there's no real doubt there. With 90% average pass success, 22 clean sheets last season with 5 coming in the Champions League, as well as a 100% success rate as coming out as a sweeper keeper and challenging as the last man, Alisson is simply phenomenal. Lucas Piszczek is an absolute unit for Dortmund in his prime, and was a league winner in the same size as Weidenfeller under Klopp, and also helped the boys in yellow get to the Champions League final in 2013. Piszczek was powerful and dynamic as a fullback, and he really hit his prime under Jurgen Klopp. However, a player who arguably hasn't even hit his prime yet is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold has to be one of the youngest regular starters in a Champions League winning side ever. Playing at right back, he's been exceptional, and been part of one of the meanest defences in Europe, and also contributing incredible deliveries going forward. Obviously, no Liverpool fans will forget that cheeky corner against Barcelona at Anfield, and moments like that are unforgettable. The scary thing is, he isn't even in his prime yet, and some people suggest that he could even end up in midfield, he's that good. With Jurgen Klopp as his manager, the sky's the limit. To the right of Trent, we're forming a German-English union with Mats Hummels coming in. Let's be honest, it's not been totally ideal for Klopp at Liverpool with centre-backs, and although Matip has improved massively, and Lovren can sometimes do a job, Jurgen Klopp has basically only had one world-class centre-back in each of his 2 biggest managerial stints. Hummels was like that, but at Dortmund. He's a World Cup winner in 2014 and a league winner in Dortmund. He won even more trophies by going to Bayern when Klopp left. He picked up a few trophies in Bavaria and went straight back to Dortmund. Hummels was classy on the ball and brilliant at those last-ditch challenges you can pull off by holding down square on FIFA. Next to Hummels is Van Dijk, obviously. He's good. The end. Well, not the end. The issue for strikers all over the world, who can't really sleep at night when they think they're going to play him that following weekend, is that he's still only 28 and can potentially operate at a world-class level until his mid-30s. He came second in the Ballon d'Or rankings and was second by the smallest margin in the history of the Ballon d'Or, showing you how highly the football world rates Virgil van Dijk. Stunningly good in the air and with an arrogance on the ball, Celtic fans will remember that solo run he scored against St Johnstone. Liverpool fans will wish he can do that sometime this season, ideally against Man City. Nonetheless, he's absolutely brilliant and you know it. Klopp knows it, the world knows it. Andy Robertson was playing for Queen's Park in Scotland 5 years ago, and a few transfers later he's winning a Champions League. He's really winning at life. His trajectory must be unrivaled in world football at the moment, as the Scotsman really worked his way to the top. Those lung-busting runs, especially the one against Man City in the Champions League, got Liverpool fans beyond excited about the left-back, and City fans were petrified. He's added to his game since his whole days, and with a brilliant left foot, his delivery is exceptional, and he offers potent overlaps into the opposition box. Robertson and Trent are the perfect duo on either flank, and when you see Trent drilling balls from right to left on the pitch, you know they have a very, very strong connection. It would be criminal to leave Robertson out and put Trent in. But Klopp worked with Marcel Schmelzer, who was pretty average on his day. There's no real comparison. Sorry, Dortmund fans. In defensive midfield, it's a tough one to pick. Fabinho's been excellent for Klopp since signing from Monaco. Milner too. However, we have to look at all 4 years Klopp's been at Liverpool, and you can see that Jordan Henderson has really improved. Given the lad from Sunderland a Champions League trophy, and somehow Henderson managed to lead an England midfield to the World Cup semi-finals. You couldn't make it up. Whatever you say about Henderson, you have to say he's a leader on the pitch, has a great pass on him, and works harder than almost any player on the pitch. Klopp deserves immense credit for his work with Henderson. For not showing him how to lift the Champions League trophy properly, like these guys, that's criminal. Ahead of him, Ilkay Gundogan. He may play for bitter rivals Man City under bitter rival to Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, but Gundogan's peak arguably came under Klopp in Dortmund. Gundogan was exceptional on the ball, creating chances and scoring big goals for Dortmund, including an extra time winner in a DFB Cup semi-final against Greuther Fürth in his very first season. He had really bad back issues which stagnated his career, especially when he was linked to Barcelona, but his move to Man City has revitalised his career, and it's shown Liverpool fans and Premier League fans what Klopp and Gundogan could achieve together. Mario Götze is considered one of the best German prospects ever. Whilst he was at Dortmund under Klopp, he was part of the league winners squad, producing an amazing impact in the final third. German fans loved and hated him for both leaving Dortmund to join Bayern like almost everyone else does in the Bundesliga, but also scoring that winning goal against Argentina in the 2014 World Cup final. At the start of his career, he was also called the German Messi, which is no mean feat to live up to. He said, "The comparison with Messi was probably not the best thing for me at 22. What people expected of me was off the scale, and it wasn't easy for me mentally." He had an issue called myopathy, which was a debilitating muscle disorder which nearly ended his career, but a small playmaker is back in Dortmund operating at a decent level. For Klopp, however, he was at a way higher level. On the right is one of the best recent signings in Liverpool history. Not saying much considering they spent 35 million quid on this guy. Mohamed Salah is an Egyptian wizard. When he cuts in on his left foot, he looks just like Arjen Robben, just with a lot more hair. Salah is the highest goal scorer in a single Premier League season with 32 goals, and Liverpool fans must shudder in disbelief that they didn't even win the league that season. Coming from Roma, the ex-Chelsea man was a bit of a doubt when he arrived, for a relatively high price tag, but won Champions League and 1 million goals later, and the haters have been proved wrong. Down the middle, we have to play the big pole. Robert Lewandowski is an infinitely better striker than Firmino, I'm just saying. Firmino is just better at running around. Sorry, Liverpool fan. In his 2 best seasons under Klopp, Lewandowski scored 38 and 28 goals and looked unplayable at points. He's a physical guy with a silky touch, and also he's one of the best natural goal poachers in world football. It must be a nice feeling if you're a manager to just say give the ball to Lewandowski and essentially he'll definitely score. But when he moved to Bayern with Pep Guardiola, he was literally in a different world. In one game, he scored 5 goals in 9 minutes against Wolfsburg. Some strikers would sell a kidney to score that in a whole season. In 2010, a humble Blackburn Rovers under Big Sam tried to sign Lewandowski. But if it wasn't for a volcanic ash cloud, which came from Iceland, his flight might have been okay and Lewandowski would have been playing with David Dunn and Jason Roberts at Blackburn. Imagine that. Klopp, however, is no Big Sam, and his management of Lewandowski was second to none, and is one of the contributing factors to the Poles' incredible recent success. On the left is Sadio Mane, who with raw pace and a world-class finish seems to be getting better and better under Jurgen Klopp. The one question I have is, why is he so still criminally underrated? This guy has the potential to be as good as anyone in the world on his day, and Klopp has turned him into a pure champion. He was another one of those Southampton feeder transfers, joining the likes of Lovren, Lallana and Nathaniel Clyne, moving from the South Coast to Liverpool. But arguably, he's been the best signing of them all. Honourable mentions have to go to Firmino, who, despite being a 1 in 4 kind of striker, makes players around him play much better, and when he does score some absolutely world-class goals. Marco Reus had a lot of injuries, unfortunately, under Jurgen Klopp, which stopped him being discussed in the same league as Neymar and Hazard. Reus got 22 goals and 18 assists in his best season under the Klopp, and got them to the Champions League final. But those sorts of numbers are absolutely incredible. And finally, an honourable mention to Fabinho, who has only worked with the German for about 18 months so far, who has already developed into one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. And he's found a love for the Gegenpress, which Jurgen Klopp must simply love. Thanks for tuning in today. Who did I miss out in the Jurgen Klopp Ultimate 11? And where does Jurgen Klopp's Ultimate 11 rank compared to Pep Guardiola's or Arsene Wenger's or even Jose Mourinho's Ultimate 11? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you soon.